are you guys doing today? So, I just want to come over here and share some really important news that I know is not going to get any national coverage or outrage. It is coming from the state of North Carolina, from Winston-Salem. Winston-Salem is not actually very far from where I live in North Carolina. It is about only a 2-hour drive. Whenever I visit the mountains in Asheville, I always pass by Winston-Salem, and I also have some family members who live in Winston-Salem. But anyway, this news that I'm going to share with you guys is about a school board that rejected a mandatory African American history class from being taught. Alright. The Winston-Salem Forsyth County Board of Education voted down Tuesday night a mandatory African American history course for the school district. Barbara Burke, the vice chairwoman of the school board, was the sole supporter for the course, with 7 members voting no. School board member Marilyn Parker was not present. After the vote, the board unanimously approved an infusion program recommended by WS/FCS Superintendent Angela P. Hairston. Hairston's recommendations include 4 courses as electives for students in every high school: African American Studies, Latin American Studies, American Indian Studies, and Ethnic Literature. Each course would be worth 1 full credit and have standard and honors course options. Advocates of a mandatory African American history course showed up in full force, helping to nearly fill the auditorium in the education building on Bethania Station Road in Winston-Salem. Of the nearly 28 people who spoke during the public sessions, the majority of them backed the mandatory course. I want to bring a little truth serum to this discussion around an African American Studies class. Miranda Jones of local organizing committee said to the board prior to the vote. This will not be easy. Much like being black in Winston-Salem or trying to teach under Eurocentric curriculum isn't easy. The truth is, most of my people don't think we'll get this class, just like most of us never thought we'd live to see a black president, who has really never done anything for black people in America. Just like most of us who thought we'd never see a black woman chair. Winston-Salem City Council member Dee Dee Adams said she attended the segregated schools from 1960 to 1971 and that forced segregation occurred the summer before her senior year. During my 12 years of public education, I don't remember anyone really teaching me about... I was trying to pause this video that's playing. Oh no, it's not a video, it's an ad. Alright, moving on. During my 12 years of public education, I don't remember anyone really teaching me about African American history. Adams said. Let that sink in for a moment. I remember North Carolina state history. I remember U.S. history and I remember world history, but not African American history. My African American history was the history my mom and my dad gave me. She said that African American children need to know their history, not later, but now. And they always should. Lillian Podlog of Hate Out of Winston said she was there as a community member. She applauded Hairston for listening to the community, but said it is not an either or question in terms of the mandatory class and Hairston's recommendations. There's no way that we can have an infusion curriculum and then there's not time for students to set aside and to learn Black history, Podlog said. After the vote, some people rushed out of the meeting, voicing their disappointment. Joanne Allen said she supports a mandatory course. Infusion is fine for the lower grades, but we need something mandatory to go along with it, Allen said. If our children can learn world civilization and all this US history and all that, what's the difference between that and learning Black history? There is no difference. Jones said she was not shocked by the vote because there were indicators of the outcome all along. It's clear that we will just actively campaign against them, except for Burke, she said. So, I guess this is the end of the article. I guess this concludes the article. But, yeah. Stuff like this just comes to show you time and time again how important it is for Black people to start creating their own schools and telling their own valid history, okay? You cannot rely on these others to do it for you because, like I said in a previous video that I did, they just will not do it for you, okay? They'll either edit your history and tell a whole bunch of lies about it. And from what I'm hearing, a lot of Black people are skeptical about this upcoming movie about Harriet Tubman because they might omit some really important parts that need to be included in that movie. But yeah, it is really important for Black people around the world to start creating their own schools and to stop letting their children be educated by the enemy. Because, like what Malcolm X said, only a fool would let their children be taught by the enemy. And I actually remember when I was in high school, whenever I was trying to pick my course selections, I didn't see anything there pertaining to African American history. Only African American literature, but not history. All the other history classes were Eurocentric. One in particular that standed out to me the most was European history, but nothing whatsoever about Black history. Here it is that you have school boards that are rejecting African American history courses from being taught, but yet you have these you have the Holocaust that's being recommended by a lot of schools to be taught. Okay, they teach about the Holocaust, which didn't really happen. Okay, it didn't really happen. I don't give a damn if people start trolling on my page and saying that I'm anti-Semitic, okay? Because the Holocaust really didn't happen. Those people over there in Europe were dying from diseases, okay? Europe is notoriously known for getting hit by diseases and plagues, okay? The Holocaust didn't happen. Those Jews who claim to be put in gas chambers were not put in gas chambers, okay? They were dying from diseases. But anyway, the Holocaust is required to be taught in these schools, but yet they won't teach you about the Holocaust that black people have endured throughout history, especially the slaughter of millions of Congolese when King Leopold occupied the Congo, and then the Herero Namakwa genocide, okay? Those are stuff that you have to research yourself, okay? You're never going to learn these in schools. And like I said, it is really detrimental and important for black people to start creating and patronizing their own schools. And instead of just teaching about slavery and Jim Crow, black people should also teach their children about how they contributed to human civilizations. They should teach about the Olmec statues in Central America. They should teach about the great pharaohs that ruled ancient Kemet, and they should just teach about how black people are the superior race who ruled the entire world before all these beings came about. Right? Those are the kinds of stuff that black people should be teaching when they create their own schools, okay? But yeah, I just want to come over here and share with you guys this important news that you might not have heard because I don't see it um, being covered by the media. I only see it from these black content creators that I follow on Instagram. But let me know what you guys think about this, and I'll see you guys on the next video.